Be easy with the paint, man.
This is a 1038 ambulance.
And this is the whole reason I bought it.
Wow. Joey wants to make this into a hunting, fishing, camping truck. Be able to go off grid.
Oh!
Yeah, this thing's been melted and then some.
I would start completely over. Yahtzee!
A friend of mine, he came up with this thing called the Death Car Race. Boy, this thing's had a hard life. We got a lot of things we need to do to this car. Hopefully it holds up. Oh, it feels safe. Because if your car lets you down, then you're out of the race.
Oh, man. That's the same truck?
Joey, is it?
Josh.
Nice to meet you. You said Humvee, but this is a 1038 ambulance body. I've seen just about every Hummer, H1, and Humvee come through this slot, but I have not seen an ambulance that's in this kind of condition. What's the history behind this thing? How did you get it? They're really hard to come by.
Well, you know, I found it at a estate sale, real good price. Couldn't pass it up.
It's hard to know the full history of this exact one, but the U.S. military used Humvee ambulances for decades. They can drive over anything, they're relatively light, and then get you out of trouble in a hurry. Looking at it now, I can't help but imagine how many lives this thing has probably saved. What are your plans to do with this?
I've really been looking into getting something for rugged camping and hunting, kind of overlanding.
An overlanding build would be cool in this truck. You have a ton of options and a ton of space, and I haven't seen in the back of one of these before, but I bet there's a lot of room.
A lot of room back there.
Well, does she run?
I probably ran quite well up until the fire.
Before the fire. Oh man, I'm sure there's a story with this one. Care to show me?
Yeah, we should look at that.
When he mentioned cheap, then he mentioned fire, it all made sense. Wow. Yeah, this thing's been melted. I'd say it's been in a fire and then some.
Yeah, probably why it was so cheap.
Probably gonna be a full new drivetrain for this build.
I was worried about that, but figured that'd be the case.
I think we go back with just a normal Hummer H1 engine and trans. They're easy to work on, parts are cheap. But wow, there's a lot of mess up here.
I think I'll have to clean out some of these leaves.
Yeah, this thing's been sitting for a while. Show me the rest of this truck.
Yeah, let me show you the back here. And this is the whole reason I bought it.
Wow. I can see why you want to make this into a project and make it into an extreme camper. This has the bones for everything that you want to do.
That's great to hear. A lot of times if you're doing backcountry hunting and camping, you're lugging out a lot of gear. Some trucks can't make it out there, so I figured a Humvee would be a perfect canvas to do this with.
What about any of the items that are in here now? Or just basically gut all that out?
Yeah, I think we're gonna gut it. I don't think sleeping on the gurney would be very comfortable.
I would probably agree with you on that.
I imagine this would be quite a hot box, so if there's a way we could get some air conditioning on there.
I think we can do a rooftop AC.
Okay.
And look at maybe some deep storage lithium-ion batteries with some solar panels up top.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
That'll give you the ability to maybe use like a fridge-freezer combo. You could even have a cooktop that you bring out that could be electric or gas.
One thing I noticed, I'm not a real tall guy, but it's not really tall enough to stand up in there, so I'm not sure if there's anything you can do to raise the height of the box a little bit.
I can see that they have a seam around the entire top side of the body. I think what we can do is split that seam and add in some additional paneling and be able to have maybe like a 6-foot clearance or so.
Okay, I think that would work.
I think we have a lot of ideas. Probably ought to maybe go inside, capture some of these ideas, and work on a build sheet. What do you think?
That sounds great to me.
You brought it to the right shop. So this is going to be a first for us. The interesting thing about this particular body is it's really hard to find. The military obviously used it, but it's not like a civilian H1 Hummer where you can actually go out, find one, see it at a dealership, or see it for sale. These were released in very low quantities for the civilian and the public. So it's really cool knowing that we have a project upcoming that's going to actually allow us to transform this and meet the customer's expectations.
What do we got here?
This is a 1038 ambulance.
That looks like a really nice ambulance body. Usually they're really torn up.
I had to drag it in here though.
Yeah?
Yeah, go take a look under the hood. You'll find that really amusing.
Oh, wow. We get some rough trucks in here, but man, that's rough.
She's been in a fire, so.
And all the wires look burnt. cables, valve covers. Man, I would start completely over.
I think we go out and look for a donor.
Yep, 6.5 turbo diesel, 4-speed.
Yep. What we want to do here, I think, is just keep the body and probably read chassis and suspension, the whole thing.
When all this stuff's old and out of date anyways.
I will say the box is in good condition. I want to show you the back.
Oh, okay.
So the silver lining in this truck is the condition of the body.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really straight so far.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I've seen pictures of these before, but never have like been able to see one in person.
Right. What he really wants is keep this space real usable in the back.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Outside shower, outdoor awning system, something like that.
Don't these stairs come down?
They do. It's pretty unique.
Oh, wow. Man, that step is awesome.
Get up in there.
Man, I'm just under 6 foot here and I don't have much room.
Raise the roof. Exactly. So let's raise it probably about a foot. I think would be just about right where it's comfortable.
And it's not too big to drive down the highway.
Joey wants to make this into a hunting, fishing, camping truck. Be able to go off grid like week at a time.
That's always important. Get out of town and have fun.
Yeah, so try to get maybe 600 or 800 watts of solar up top.
But yeah, that'd be really pretty cool.
Yeah. The fire on the front's the biggest issue. The body's great. I did reach out to Chase. They can do blasting up at One Way Diesel.
Oh, great.
So first things first is get it stripped down.
Yeah, you got a lot to tear down.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's get all this old junk out of here. We are gonna remove everything in here. We're gonna remove all of the lights around the outside, remove windshields, remove trim work, side view mirrors. Basically got to get it down to where it's just metal, and then we'll get it up to One Way Diesel to do some blasting on it. This looks like the old AC system. Here's the old blower. It's kind of just cool to see all of the parts and engineering that went into these trucks. You know, it really sucks not being able to stand up in this thing. I'm glad we're raising the roof in it. I'm almost having the thoughts of just maybe raising the center part of the roof. Because you don't walk on the sides. Doesn't smell amazing up there. Need to find a crowbar. Right tool for the job. So we pretty much got the hood stripped down. The back that's pretty bare now. We're cleaning this thing up, make it roadworthy to put it on the back of a tow truck, and then we're gonna get it up to Chase at One Way Diesel, and then we're gonna be getting it off the paint. While the body of the ambulance is off to blast, we can get busy building the rolling chassis. It's a 3-piece frame, so it's rated for higher weight, which is going to be perfect for this application. This one's going to be refurbished. It's been blasted and primered. The frame that it's on now is, 20, 30 years old. And not that it's a bad frame, but we needed so many new components for this extreme camper that this comes with the opportunity to put this frame together, use new hardware, ensure it's rust-free. We'll be able to work independently on the living quarters and the body. So we're gonna start getting that frame together, then we'll get them all painted up. Spray around all the bolt holes, because this is where stuff's gonna get mated together. Wow, this thing's turning out pretty. These parts all came together on that frame, and they were all taken apart so they could all be media blasted and primered.
Today we're going to be putting together this frame. We're going to start with the cross members. We're going to find bolts out of this box. We're going to shove them through the frame, gonna line it up and get it put together.
So the body mount buckets are directly attached to the frame, and this lifts up the body 3 inches taller off the frame rails. It gives us some additional ride height and allows us to run a bigger tire size. Because this is part of a 3-inch lift system that we've developed, they all bear our logo in it, which means it's not a factory mount.
We got all of our body buckets on. For now, we're going to move on to our control arms. Anytime you do something essential on a vehicle, you always want to torque it. The hubs on this truck are similar to like a ATV's. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. It kind of lifts about a 6-inch difference from the input to the output. Pretty much gives these things the ability to crawl and do things most vehicles can't.
What's going on, Josh?
Hey, Chase, I got a project for you.
That thing is sick, man.
Pretty neat, huh? The entire thing has to be blasted. I want to get it prepped inside and outside for paint. Don't worry about the engine that's in there. There's a lot of stuff melted. You know, there's a lot of going on in there. Don't worry about it. We're not saving any of that. We're only worried about the hood and the body.
Just blast away.
Blast away.
Man, we'll go to town on it.
Thanks for taking care of me, man.
No problem, man.
Appreciate it.
Over the last few years, we really have upped our game at One Way Diesel. Having the ability to sandblast a vehicle has really sped things up. And if we can take some extra work from Josh, it's good for him, it's good for us.
Basically what we're doing, we're blowing sand out of a hose at high pressure, and as it hits the metal, it releases any debris, whether it be rust, oil, paint, any kind of contaminant. It knocks it off. Just basically takes you back down to raw metal. The only issues that you'll run into on these Hummers is their aluminum bodies. You have to take a little care not to heat it up or you'll warp that metal. So if you do get in an area that the paint's not really coming off good, you can work on that area for a little bit and then leave it, let it cool off, and then come back to it and work on it a little bit more. It's really a feel thing. It's just years of doing it. You know what you can and can't get away with.
With all the fire damage, we obviously need to replace the engine on the ambulance Overlander. The best thing we can do is source another engine, and so I think we might have a couple of options here. That's the cool thing about these things are big Lego blocks. You know, we can piecemeal frame, suspension, steering all together. They're all made universal. We keep a lot of parts around the shop for just such an occasion. This may not be a bad choice. It actually looks pretty clean, kind of making sure the weather hasn't gotten to it. This is a 6.5 turbo diesel. You know, they put a turbo on it to give it more power, more torque, which the military shied away from. We're gonna lift this engine over to the bay where the guys are gonna get busy simplifying this engine specifically for overlanding. It's gonna give a lot more longevity. He's gonna be more comfortable driving it. It's not gonna be revved up so much going down the highway trying to go 70 miles an hour.
Making that look easy. This is a takeout long block from a civilian Hummer H1. So it's 12 volts. It came with a DS4 pump, and we want to put a DB2 pump. So this is a DB2 pump, so it's not electronically controlled. Basically, we're making it like a new Humvee would be from the factory, but with civilian front accessory drive. So this is the intake manifold that came on the civilian Hummer H1. And so we're trying to make sure that the line's clear and there's no issues. Just want to make sure that the linkages has full play, full range of motion. Throttle position sensor doesn't get in the way. It's easier to test fit and everything when you have things loose than to crank everything down and then be like, oh, crap. Now I'm gonna start putting in the Yorva turbo. So we're still doing mock-ups. I haven't put all the gaskets in. There we go. So this opens and closes, and it relieves pressure in the exhaust gas systems when we start building too much boost. It's the safety, if you will. Once we get it all lined up, we'll tighten these bolts, and we'll be good to go.
What do you think's up for grabs?
Well, I mean, everything's up for grabs, you know, as long as we don't tell Dad.
Well, you know what they say, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
That's right. A few years back, a friend of mine, he came up with this thing called the Death Car Race.
So what'd they say? No trucks, no SUVs?
Basically, no full size.
Okay.
Man, it looked like someone just detailed this thing.
What are you saying, it's too nice?
Yeah. It's a race through the woods, and it has some jumps. And you're blindfolded. The rules are pretty simple. One person drives blindfolded, and the other one, they just navigate. Got keys?
No, it looks like they ripped the whole column out of it trying to get it started.
Yeah, I don't think this is the one. You know, you can't spend more than $1,000 on your race car, so it's mostly used parts and anything we can find laying around. This Old Faithful right here. I know she looks rough, but that thing took us to second place last time. I mean, it needs a little love, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna run.
I'm sure it'll still run, but you think it's gonna survive another round of that abuse?
Well, we're gonna have to do a little upgrading.
Let's get it down then, bro.
Last year, me and Dad, we took second place. This year, you know, I got Robert on board. I'm gonna try to teach him a little tricks that I learned from last year. You know, the blindfold race is crazy. Your passengers, your navigator, you can't see anything. They have a helmet with goggles, you know, and it's left, right, and I tell you what, you get confused. Last year had my anxiety going. We got a lot of things we need to do to this car. Hopefully it holds up, you know, because if your car lets you down, then you're out of the race. The biggest challenge we have is getting a battery, getting this thing running. We get it running, you know, me and Robert get this thing going in no time.
Let's get the hood on. D, you sure this thing runs, man?
Bro, I'm telling you,
Man, it looks like crap, though.
trust me. And get that battery thrown in there, trust me.
I'll believe it when I see it, bro.
All right,
I'm
let me
not
grab the
buying it.
battery.
Let's see it, bro.
I'm telling you, this bad boy, I mean,
be amazed.
Nothing's on fire.
Be easy with the paint, man.
Hey, Robert, shift it in the park, because remember the shifter cable's broke from last year.
All right. Is that park?
Let me see.
I am amazed that it started. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Well, she's doing race car sounds for sure.
I told you this bad boy runs.
Man, it runs good.
She got 5,787 miles.
On this car? Well, those are 5,000 hard miles.
You know, the car has been beat down, so we need to reinforce some things. 100% around the radiator. I've done almost broke the oil pan in the last race. We need to build something that will protect it.
Some type of skid plate.
Something. And of course, on the passenger side, we need to build some type of door bar here. I know we got seat belts and all that, but you know, you damn sure don't want to fall out of this thing. Man, you know what? I'm thinking we should add another bar back here.
You know, I'd like to put a bar there just purely for structural purposes, if nothing else.
You all about the structure, huh?
I like it. I like structure in my life.
We're gonna get this thing a little more safer. We're gonna get all this stuff removed off this door that might poke you, stab you, cut you. And then I'll go ahead and I'll weld that door straight to the body. Man, this came out all right. It ain't gonna open up now because the latch is broke. It ain't gonna fall off or, you know, hit anyone.
What you want to do next, D?
We'll go ahead and figure out some type of door bar right here. I say we just run a bar across and down real quick, and whatever's the easiest, fastest, you know me.
Okay.
You know, I don't like spending too much time on things that don't pay.
What about this piece?
That's
Maybe for the cross piece and then use that for the down pieces?
Make something out of it. What really started Wide Open Garage was racing. You know, we love it and we still race any chance we can get. Sometimes there's money on the line, but we don't need a reason to race.
All right, let's take these over yonder then. Go to building.
So one of the rules to the death car race is you gotta have doors. So we're adding reinforcements to the doors on the Nissan Versa.
So the position of this bar is on here for a reason. We try to position it where we know that there's gonna be reinforcements in the car. When we got this front one welded to, we know there's a good piece of thick steel behind this sheet metal. And also here, we know where the door striker is, there's a good piece of thick steel behind there. So we're gonna add these vertical bars up and down for safety across on the bar that we just added to the car. Even if something hits this, it's gonna have to fold not just the sheet metal, but also the steel that's reinforcing it as well.
See it.
That's it, bro.
All right, now that we got the door bars all welded up, we're gonna go ahead and cut out some 14 gauge steel, and we're gonna weld to the bars that we built to give us some protection so no sticks or anything can fly up and hit the passenger. We also kept it real low so we could jump in and out because it's a two-man team. We have to switch drivers.
You like that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely stopping stuff. Oh, man, that was quick.
See what I'm
gone.
saying?
We're gone, watch. There's a flyer, gone.
That's it.
Let's see your big ass do it, though. Do a run and jump, bro. And I would already gassed it by then.
That's cool. Oh, it feels safe.
It ain't bad, right? You're gonna have to get out faster than that on race day, bro.
We got the door bar addressed. Now we gotta address something under here, man. This transmission pan and oil pan, I've almost broke the oil pan in the last race. This thing hangs down a lot. If we bust this oil pan, we're gonna be out of the race.
Yeah.
So we gotta come up with something that doesn't take all day. You know, maybe run a pipe from here. We need to, you know, weld something up to protect it. What do you think? I found this from a leftover job. Maybe we could weld it up under there for a skid plate. I don't know if it'll fit.
Let's
it's
see
round,
what happens, man. We ain't gonna hurt it, that's
I
for
say
sure.
we weld it under there. What you think? Something like that? I say weld it. Looks good to me. It works good here. It hangs down lower than the oil pan. If anything gets up under there, that'll protect the pan too. We jump, this will hit first.
I love
Simple, easy. Man, weld that thing in there. Let's call that a day.
The ambulance came back from blast and the body was actually in pretty good shape. We painted this a tactical gray with a special kind of paint that can handle all the elements. Okay. So now it's time to cut the hole in the roof for our sky dome or our skylight. At first, I thought we could raise the whole roof on the Humvee ambulance. Structurally, it just wasn't gonna work. So we're gonna have to open it up and add a sky dome. Ha! And then while I'm up here, I'm also gonna be cutting in a much smaller hole for the rooftop AC unit. And then we'll go straight into installing the solar.
We're gonna encase all this. We're gonna use a 1/8 aluminum channel cut out of square tubing. And it's gonna sturdy this up. It has a little bit of play right here. It's gonna create a nice frame. The two sheets on the top here on the roof has an overlap that sits like this. I'm gonna have to knock out this bottom part here so everything still sits nice and clean and flush. We're going to continue the rise on the dome for head clearance.
Lovely. Let's not install it. Let's use this available space right now to get up the solar panels, the AC unit. It'll give us some workspace from inside.
Yeah.
All right, you go up that side, I'll go up this side. Here in Texas, we get like 51 weeks of summer and 1 week of winter. So that led us to start looking for a way to cool down this extreme Hummer. So we got this, it's like a 9,500 BTU unit, which is more than sufficient to cool such a small space in the back. This is gonna go directly with the mount on the inside, and we're just gonna sandwich all this together. The last thing to do is just finish out the roof and get the solar up here as well. So the nice thing about these solar panels is these 4 small ones will put out just over 400 watts. We're gonna pair this to another one up front, which will also put out 400 watts by itself. So the 800 watts of solar up here is gonna be charging our battery bank. You're gonna capture the sun's energy during the day, be able to run the AC all night, keep the truck cool. So I've kind of already pre-cut these cables, and so time to feed these in. This build is gonna go a little bit heavier on the battery side because there's not a generator. We're gonna parallel these together, 210 amp hour at 51.2 volts. And then we've got our solar controllers. Those are gonna take the voltage from the solar panels up here, and it's gonna trickle it into these higher voltage batteries. So we're done up here. All the panels are connected together. That's pretty nice. So we've used all the real estate that we could. Having done my share of overlanding, there's nothing like a hot shower at the end of the day. This morning, we're adding an outdoor unit and a hot water heater. This truck is not gonna be made for, you know, a 30-minute shower. So with 60 gallons of water, it's only gonna keep up for a very short shower, you know, a few minutes. Now it's time to test fit our shower box. So pretty simple shower box. There will be a clip here in the inside of the shower. You'll be able to hang this up in it. This will be the control side and the exhaust side for the hot water heater. Finished up with this. So we got our shower controls here. We have our water heater here. Pretty good location for each of these because the sink will be right on the other side of this, and that'll allow us to run a lot of the plumbing real close in nature to each other. Hopefully it's going to save some time on the inside having shower, hot water heater, and sink all in the same area. All right, so we got the outdoor shower set up. Now you can get a little naked, people won't even know it, so pretty cool. That's an outdoor shower.
On today's episode of Wide Open Garage, we take a junky Nissan, transform it into a more junkier Nissan.
Boy, this thing's had a hard life. The Death Car Race got its name for a reason. Cars are crashing all over the place. It's a survival of the fittest kind of thing. So we're building this thing to take a hit and keep on going.
Right now, we're gonna take this bumper and we're gonna reattach it back to the car. Daniel tore it off last year at the race. And then we'll figure out our bracing to come from here down. That radiator definitely has to be protected. If we bust the bottom of this radiator, it's gonna overheat and it's gonna ruin the engine. We're gonna be out of the race within minutes. So what we did to fix the problem here is we found a piece of angle iron that's real thick, it's 1/4-inch steel. We heated it and we bent it to go around underneath the radiator. It's gonna give us some kind of enforcement if we do clip a tree or clip another car. I'm feeling like it's way stronger than it was.
Oh, yeah.
That's hot.
That's gonna do it.
Look here, D.
What you got?
Man, you know we gotta hold it down for H-Town. Gotta put her.
Oh, we're finna do a hood emblem?
Oh, man, you already know. We ain't got a grilling woman, but we could damn sure put this on there.
What, we're gonna do, weld it straight to the hood?
Yeah, why not?
Let me get a grinder, I like it.
That's what happens when you're from the hood. You could just weld stuff straight to the hood. Now that we've added all these modifications to this car, it should be able to take whatever we're gonna throw at it. I just got done washing the car, and then D gonna come behind me and spray it with some bed liner. We're gonna have it looking nice and fly for the race. This is a finely tuned, highly precision racing machine.
What you think, man?
Man, you know what? We thought you had something up your sleeve.
Well, you know, you kicked me out of the passenger seat. I had to go find something.
It looks like you did some landscaping already.
We done tried it out. We're coming for you.
Ain't this thing a full-size SUV?
It's not as big as a Tahoe. I called him. He said bring it.
I gotta watch you. You know, you like to cheat a little bit.
I can't cheat with you. You kicked me out.
Hey, you gotta let someone else have fun every now and then. You know, Robert ain't never been.
Oh, so you think he can navigate better than me?
You never know.
We're gonna find out. What you got?
Well, you know, I got Old Faithful running again.
Let me see what you've been doing to this thing.
You sure you ready?
Do I look ready?
Tell you, you're gonna like this paint job. Let's check it out.
Man, you did some miracle work there. You polished up that new turd.
It's all right, huh?
She don't look bad at all. That windshield's spotless.
Man, you know, we gotta get it cleaned up so we can see what we're running over.
The object was not to spend any money, and that we did not. Robert got us a little hood ornament here, got the WOG on the hood, welded straight to the hood.
I like that, because you know we gotta advertise.
We went ahead and reinforced the bumper and built a skid plate, so all that is one piece under there.
And we reinforced back here.
Yep.
Okay.
We did this, so if somebody rear ends us with a big monster SUV, it don't just fold the car in half.
Mm-hmm. What are you trying to say about SUV?
Just saying, I know a guy's probably gonna have a big SUV.
You won't say no names or point or nothing like that.
I see it still has an AC condenser. Air still work?
Does your air work?
Yes.
But ours works too.
Okay.
Come on around, check out what else we got going on here. Hey now, come on.
Where did y'all come up with this?
It's a half door. You know,
Well-
while you're messing around trying to get your door open, Robert's gonna be out of that thing. I hop over to this side. Let's show him how it really works.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see some of this.
Okay, ready?
All right.
Give us a countdown.
1, 2, 3.
See? If we gone, we're gone.
That was fast. We're gonna see how this works out tomorrow.
See that? Y'all in trouble.
See, look,
Already over, look.
See?
So while I was gone a couple of days, y'all back here really practicing. Y'all want to get this, don't you?
How we were playing, we're coming for first place.
We don't halfway do nothing.
That's what I like about you two. You do what you got to do to make it work. Hey, I'm proud of you guys. Y'all did real well on this build. I think it's going to survive. I can tell y'all we're on a budget, though.
Man, we didn't spend not $1 on this thing.
I'll see you boys at the track tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan, man. I'm ready. Let's load up, man.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on, you good? Come on back.
Yeah, dang, we got a crowd now. So we just got here, you know, we just didn't anticipate all this rain we got. It's really muddy. I hope old Cream Puff's gonna make it. You know, this is gonna be a challenge with all this mud. This thing's low to the ground. We expected a hard, fast, tight course, and it's the opposite. You know, the old man definitely has the advantage with his SUV. He might have even thrown all-terrains on there. I don't know, you gotta watch that guy. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We're here to have fun. If we make it and we win, that's awesome. If not, you know what? Having a great time.
Hey guys, everybody get your car started. Get at the back of your car. Get your blindfold on. After spinning 3 times in a circle.
For sure, every race is different, and the death race is about as different as you could get. 2-person team, the driver is blindfolded and the passenger navigates.
Can you see?
No. You know, what could possibly go wrong?
Uh-oh, there goes. Ready? Ready? They got the cannon lit.
3 circles?
3 circles. 3. Okay, car. One more door, right there. Right there, get in the car.
Okay.
Go, bro, go. Straight left, straighten up. You're going straighten up a little bit right.
My game plan is to ride the gas and the brake at the same time. And if I get off course, Robert will stop me with the emergency brake.
Gas, right. Straight left.
Oh,
Let off the brake.
All that fails. We're left, right, left. I'm turning too hard left. He's telling me harder right. See, it's just straight chaos out here.
Keep it to the floor. All right, right. Hard right. All right, hard left.
Who's that? Everybody's right. Oh, hang on, they're gonna hit him.
Oh, yeah.
So, hang on. No, it won't start. Yeah, we're broke. We died. And the car just went out on us. That's the name of the game. You gotta be able to finish a race. We didn't finish, but I tell you what, we had a heck of a time. Damn, no one's gonna make it? Seriously, come on, Dad.
Can you drag us back?
I wish we could have done better, you know, but with the conditions and, you know, the driver being blindfolded and whatnot, you know, that makes a big difference.
Whoa! Well, we almost made it a full lap.
This race, we started out with 5 cars. And as you can see, there's cars scattered all over the place. Only 2 of them actually survived this race. It is what it is. We're gonna go over here, we're gonna pump Dave up, get him excited, and
Let's go, come on.
hopefully we still take home a win for Wide Open Garage. A bad day of racing is always better than a bad day at work.
That's right.
Yeah.
So after lots of work on the living side of this extreme camper, it's time to marry the body to the frame. So first thing we got to do is get the old frame out from underneath it, and let's get the new one rolled under it. I think we're gonna have to come in directly sideways with the forklift.
Yeah, you're doing good.
We have not separated a frame and a body off in the ambulance before, so we really have to be careful on how we orientate this truck on a lift.
Oh, Yahtzee.
Yeah. So we took the charred chassis out from underneath this Extreme Camper. We're gonna go ahead and get the new frame rolled underneath this, make sure we don't have any fitment issues, and then we'll get this cleaned up and go for final assembly. That's where she goes.
Man, done a lot of work.
Yeah.
I remember when you suggested this, I was like, man, it sounds like a lot of work. And I remember we got like halfway through, I'm like, it's still a lot of work.
It's finally coming to an end. Now that we've got it married together, we can get this engine all finished out, including making a custom exhaust.
All right, so this morning we're starting on the exhaust on the ambulance, the AKA the Extreme Camper. We're gonna extend this down another 5.5 inches or so to clear some linkage for the transmission. No sharp edges or anything. A few pieces here. So at the moment, I'm just kind of routing everything, and we'll come down with it, pie cut it over. We like to build our exhaust from front to back here in-house. I really dig doing pie cut exhaust. You can do some really trick stuff with it. So far, it's coming out good and clean. We'll take it back to the Extreme Camper and mock fit the rest of it up from the downpipe back.
The crazy thing is, the big builds, like this Extreme Camper Humvee, take several months to build. But the last things can come together relatively quick. Doing final assembly on the engine, we've got the interior flying in. We're installing the kitchen, awning, and the winch. And now it's ready to hit some trails. Ironhide's at a pretty extreme case of overlanding. It's an overlanding expedition vehicle. So when I think of overlanding, I think of like kind of glamping in a way. You've got all your kind of creature comforts with you, and you're in a capable vehicle that's able to take you anywhere. It can be a Jeep, a four-wheel drive van, or in our case, Humvees and Hummers being extremely capable. When you take the solar panels that we have today and the high density and higher voltage lithium-ion batteries, you're able to stay off grid so much longer. Being involved in owning Hummers and Humvees for several years now, it's really cool to see how capable these trucks are. You just maintain these trucks, they're gonna take you far. We love making vehicles that give people the option to get off grid and go connect with nature. To say I'm excited about today is an understatement. This project's been a true joy. We've never built a truck like this before for anybody, so it's been a lot of fun. Hey man, how's it going?
Good, nice to see you again.
You too. Got that truck finally finished up for you, and I think you're gonna be absolutely thrilled to see it.
Man, I'm super excited.
I think it's just time to bring it out to you.
Let's bring it out, I can't wait. Oh, man. That's the same truck? I don't even recognize it, man. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I didn't figure you'd recognize it. Been transformed, dude.
It looks amazing.
Oh, it's one of a kind, man.
It doesn't even look like an ambulance anymore.
This build was from the ground up. The first thing we started with, we got you a brand new frame. It can handle a heavier load. She's sitting a little higher. You know, we have a 3-inch body lift on it and put in our 2-inch suspension lift springs. And we're on a 40-inch tire.
It's got a mean stance. It looks huge.
This thing can go against anything that Joey's gonna throw at it. You never know what you're gonna come over when you're going overlanding and down some trails. We didn't want to do you a disservice by not putting the winch back on there for you. And then just the classic, you know, brush guard on the front. We covered the whole roof with all the solar and the components that you needed for this truck. So you've got about 800 watts of solar up top. And as long as this truck's in the sun, you're gonna be able to harvest that energy into the battery bank inside, and you'll be able to be off grid as long as you want. But it does have an AC unit. I think I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't put that AC unit up there.
If you've been in Texas, if you camped outside in Texas, you know it's hot and we need it.
Let's take a look under the hood. What do you think? No more engine fire?
Man, I'm glad you took care of that. It looks brand new.
Oh yeah, and brand new cooling stack, donor engine. We've really simplified all the engine electronics, sensors, very minimalist. We've made it more mechanical and simpler for Joey to use while off-grid.
So that means I don't have to call you to come fix it if I get into trouble.
That's right. I mean, we can just diagnose it over the phone.
Thank God I don't have a burned up engine anymore. I think this engine's actually gonna run.
So we've got a lot of cool components over here. So we got some music, we got marine grade, audio out here. We've got a 270-degree awning system.
Wow.
So that's actually gonna swing out and fold out in both directions, and it's gonna wrap around the back side.
Hey, you built me a living room for the outdoors.
This is gonna be your living room right here. This is the side. So your living room's on that side, but your bathroom's on this side.
All right.
You've got all your shower controls built in right here.
Wow.
And you're gonna be able to open this up, swing it out, and now you've got a privacy shower.
Man, that's great.
Now for the exciting part. All right, you ready to check this out?
I am.
All right.
Oh, wow.
I figured you might like this.
Oh, man, that looks great.
I knew you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't leave any creature comforts out of it. Nice butcher block on one side, and then your bunk bed arrangement over here.
I didn't think you'd have that much room. Looking at the outside, I thought we'd be camping, but as soon as he opened it up and I saw the interior, it's more like glamping.
Yeah, so we got a nice 12-volt refrigerator here, propane tank underneath, and that's gonna help fuel your hot water heater. We've got a microwave, 2 110 plugs, and the best of all, you have running water and a sink to use up there. And then in the back corner, you've got your AC unit and a single burner cooktop. You've got storage up front. That's where the battery bank and the power inversion system is working.
I think this is nicer than the kitchen in my house. And the skylight gives me room to stand and see. I love it.
So the skylight has a funny term in the shop. We've been calling it a sky dome.
I'll use that, sky dome, I like it.
It lets in the natural light, but then that's also where the lighting comes from.
Man, I think you gave me everything I asked for and more. I absolutely love the sky dome. It's perfect for the truck. I'll be able to see the stars at night when I'm laying in bed.
Well, what do you think? Did we nail it?
Exceeded my expectations. It looks amazing. I can't wait to get out and use it.
I suppose you're probably ready for these, huh?
I think I am.
I really got to give a shout out to my team. They really helped me pull this truck together and be able to deliver it to Joey on time.
Man, I can't wait to use this thing. He hit every mark I could have asked for. And the fact that there's bunk beds, I can take my son out. He gets to hunt and fish and camp the same way I did when I was growing up.
That's the biggest pipe in the world.
This is taking overlanding to a whole nother level. Take your shoes off.